Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over these three cameras from Fuji. Now we have the Fujifilm X-Half, we have the Fujifilm X-E5, and we have the Fujifilm X-T5. Now, if you're planning on buying your first camera, or you have been interested in buying a Fuji camera, then this video is absolutely for you. These three cameras I own. I have paid for these with my own money, and this is not a sponsored video. You want to change your photography and videography game, and you want to just create better content, then maybe one of these cameras will be suitable for you. So let's get started with the Fujifilm X-Half. I have put a few accessories on here already, including this metal lens cap. I've also put on here a little handle on the side here to give it a bit more grip. So this also has what's called an Arca Swiss plate. So this is easily attachable to a tripod mount. And I also have on here, again, these are all additional. I'll list these in the description. I have a thumb grip, and that just gives it a little bit more to hang on to, and it's a little bit more ergonomic. So much easier to shoot with. I put a screen protector on the back, and I've put a soft press button on here. Now, the beauty about this camera is if you're looking for something really simplistic and you want just a point and shoot, but you want those classic Fujifilm recipes and looks, then this camera is for you. You can also set it to some form of manual settings. You have control over your f-stop on here, so you can adjust it with this little dial, and then we have a automatic, so you can set it to auto and the camera can be fully automatic, so you don't have to worry about anything whatsoever. Turn it on via this switch here. You can scroll through all of these film cams here, and this is going to give you different film colors for these different film types. So as you probably noticed also, this camera shoots in vertical format, so this has been designed to shoot probably more for social media, and that's why it has this vertical screen. So everything you shoot will come out in vertical format. You can also shoot with this button. You can change between stills and movie. So alongside your stills, you can also get some video content. And I've been incredibly happy with the quality coming out of this camera as well. Although this looks like what would appear to be a toy camera, it's very capable in its own right. Yeah, I've had some incredible results out of it, and I'm more than happy with this in my little Fujifilm family. So that is the X-Half. Right, moving on to a slightly bigger camera. This is the Fujifilm X-E5, and this is a very robust camera. This has a really nice solid metal body. The X-Half is actually, I believe it's quite a robust plastic body, but it doesn't feel toy-like. It does feel quite robust. But with the X-E5, this is much heavier, and you can tell it feels much more premium. So you've got this nice big screen on the back. You do have a viewfinder. Oh, I think I might have missed that out on the X-Half also. You do have a viewfinder here, but it's only optical, so there's no preview through there. So with this viewfinder on here, this EVF, you get previews digitally through there. So what you see is what you get. You have a tilting screen on the back here, tilting touch screen, and you have your speed dial here, you have your EV dial here, and then you have your film recipe dial here. This is a new addition to this range of cameras. So you can scroll through here, predefined film recipes, and then you can also put in your own custom recipes. So you can download or input your custom recipes from some of the online websites. Now, I have customized this camera also by putting on a grip similar to what was on the X-Half. The camera itself does have a little bit of a grip on there, but this just gives it a little bit more depth, and again, something to hang on to. I have put on a camera strap. This isn't the one that comes with it. This is by a company called Artisan and Artist, one of my favorite strap companies. Very soft fabric strap with leather detail. A little bit pricey, but yeah, worth it. And then the beauty about the X-E5 against the X-Half is this has an interchangeable lens. So you can take this lens off and then you can swap it for other X-mount lenses, similar to what's on the X-T5 here. So if you wanted to put on a 23mm f1.4, have beautiful shallow depth of field, then you can do that. But if you want to switch it out for a smaller lens, like this SG Image 25mm, then you can turn it into more of a compact camera. So that works well if you are looking for a travel camera, something that's quite small, but you want a bit more control over it rather than a fully automatic point and shoot, something like the X-Half. So that was our look at the X-E5. Now moving on to the X-T5. Let's put that lens back on there. This camera is one that I would use for professional work. This camera and the X-E5 both share the same sensor. So they have 40 megapixel sensors in both of these. So you're getting huge files and very croppable images coming out of these cameras. I have put a grip on here just to give it a bit more hold and grip, obviously. And it has the Arca Swiss plate on the bottom. And I find that just protects the bottom of the camera if you're out and about. Now with the screen on the X-T5, it is a tilt screen. So again, you can shoot it as a waist level like that, or you can turn it around like so if you want to do an overhead shot. And what I really like about the X-T5 screen is you can also tilt it like this. So if you are doing vertical shots like so, then it's much easier to see the screen like that. So that works for me. You have a much bigger EVF on this camera. And again, you have obviously the previews of all the film simulations and anything you get through the screen, through the EVF. So that's much easier if there is bright sunlight, a bit like today, streaming through the windows and blowing out my set here. It has a hot shoe on here, so you can fit accessories on there. So maybe you might want to use a flash, as there's no flash on this camera. And this is a little flash cube by this company. Again, this flash cube could be used on the X-E5. The X-E5 does not have a flash built in, and something like this, an automatic flash cube, would work well for that. Also, back to the X-T5. Now, some of the features on here, again, differ from the features you have on the X-E5. Now, you can tether shoot with this X-T5 into something like Capture One. So if you wanted to use this camera a little bit more professionally, then you can tether this and then have previews of the images coming out of the camera onto an iPad or an iPhone or a computer live in a studio. So if you're doing paid work, then that is pretty much industry standard to have to shoot that way. On the top here, you have a ISO dial. You have your shutter speed dial, exposure compensation, and on lenses like this, and again, these are interchangeable lenses, so you can switch this out for pretty much anything. That's X mount. But what you can also do is you can switch lenses like this out for any sort of manual glass, and then you could use maybe a adapter to adapt it from maybe an old vintage piece of glass to the X mount. So that could be quite nice, as I have done with a few of my other lenses. I would strongly suggest that if you are looking for a family camera, and again, to sort of upgrade your iPhone photography, then go for the X-Half. That's nice and portable, go into a small bag, and pretty much anyone can use this by picking it up, turning it on, and shooting with it. So the X-E5, let's take that flash off of there. This is a bit more of a premium camera, and if you're looking for a compact travel camera, then I would suggest that this is the way to go. Or maybe you want to do some street photography, then yeah, again, this would be very suitable camera for you. If you wanted to get into slightly more paid photography and shoot with a slightly bigger body that's got slightly better ergonomics, then I would highly recommend using the Fujifilm X-T5. So that was our quick look at these three cameras. I hope you found it useful. Hope you found it interesting. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing and ring that bell if you'd like to be notified of future videos. Lots more coming soon. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.